again, I just wanted to say that I've been putting YouTube videos out for years now, and it's a double-edged sword in many respects. I really like doing it. I love the process of it and thinking about what to do, but there's a lot of difficulties involved with it. Sometimes YouTube puts restrictions on it because I put dissection pictures up, and sometimes I get, then advertising gets pulled, and there's a lot of admin involved. It also doesn't, draw the audience necessarily in terms of people that are going to hang around and engage in it for very long. And then on top of that, you've got adverts that you can't control, and just lots of distractions, which for me is a nightmare. I can scroll for an hour and a half and achieve nothing. So I've wanted to find a home, a space, if you like, where I can put content up that is going to have a base of people who are going to stick around and talk about it, and talk about the implications of what they're seeing and what they're looking at. And I'm thrilled to, after a very long search, to have settled on a platform called the Mighty Networks platform. And within that, I've created a space called Touch, Move, Heal, which kind of encompasses all that we're doing. Now, the space itself is absolutely free to join, and consider that Touch, Move, Heal space to be a kind of a lobby that everybody can come together, and they can ask questions and chat with each other from all over the world, because that's really what I've wanted to try and have. Rather than just a teaching platform, I've wanted to have a place where a discussion can take place, and where people can talk to each other and network with others from all over the world, and share their own specialties, and perhaps create the spaces of their own within that. So that's the foyer, that's the sort of the encompassing envelope, if you like, of the vision. And then within that, I've got 2 membership spaces. Of course, I need to make some living out of it. So the first space is the Bowen Global Membership space. And that's a subscription space. It's a monthly subscription, £17.50, a little bit cheaper if you pay annually. And I've been doing Bowen since 1988. It's this technique that still baffles me and puzzles me, and I've taught thousands of students all over the world. I've written a couple of books and manuals and goodness knows what else. I've literally gone back to university to study sensory mechanics to be able to try and understand this a little bit more, and I got into dissection in order to try and understand Bowen a little bit more. Do I? Well, watch this space. So I wanted to find a home, if you like, for all the stuff that's in my head. I've written a couple of books, and I could write another one, and I am writing another one. But once you press print on that, that's it. You're sort of it's gone. Your bag has gone down the conveyor belt. And if something pops into my head at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can't go back and get that book and add that to that. But with this platform, I can put everything in there. So it's things like setting up a Bowen business, how to do that, how to write about it, how to talk about it. What are we doing? The techniques, the procedures, the anatomy around it, the thinking around it. I want to start to look at the mechanics and the nervous system about what we're doing. What descriptions are we putting out there? Why are we not getting quite as well known as we might do? So these are conversations that we can have together at the same time, learning loads more. So and all that stuff that I've been doing for years and years is going to be in that platform. I'll be hosting 6 workshops a year, so that's all included in that. There's no extra involved, there's no advertising, there's nothing else going on. There's 6 workshops a year that will all be then recorded and put onto that platform. I've got live Q&A sessions every fortnight, and then I'm putting content up there all the time. If it's not already, it's going to be the biggest and best resource for Bowen in the world that's ever to date. So if you're into Bowen, get onto it, students or qualified practitioners. The other space that I've got is what I'm calling the transformational anatomy space, and this was because I feel that once we start to expand the understanding of anatomy as it applies to the industry of manual and movement therapists and sports therapists, then we have to have a different version of anatomy. If you've watched any of my stuff before, you'll hear me saying a lot that, you know, traditional anatomy doesn't talk about movement. Even traditional physiology doesn't talk about the relationships of, you know, if I move this shoulder forward, what happens to the rest of my body, and how do I load and change that around. And so I've for a long time been trying to put a different view on how we see anatomy, and that's really what I'm dealing with. So I've got hundreds of hours, if not thousands of hours, of dissections and images and videos of looking at the body in this way, going into the viscera, going into the muscles, the fascia, the bone, and I want to be able to have a repository where I can put content up and we can talk about it. You can find everything. It's not sort of scattered like, I don't know, Facebook drives me crazy trying to find anything on there. And of course you've then all got all the funny dog videos that, you know, I scroll for hours. So it's going to be a focused space, but at the same time still the space that you can create connections and network and discussions around you know, what we all do and what we've got in common. So those are the spaces. That's really what I'm excited about. It's still a work in progress, very much so. And it's going to be able to grow as the membership grows, and I think that this is where I can really feel that I'm not having to juggle. You know, sometimes I've got full websites and dozens of social media accounts that I have to juggle as well as create the content, and here is much more of a home for me, if you like. I can put one hat on and be in that space, and I don't have to jump backwards and forwards, and it's not so distracting for me. So come on over, have a little look. All the links are down in there. It's called Touch, Move, Heal. It's within the Mighty Network space, and then those two subscription platforms are available within that, so you can have a little look at that. You don't have to join anything, sign up for anything. You have to create an account and a profile in there, but other than that, you know, it's just you don't like it, don't stop around. Yeah, I hope you'll join me in this new venture, and tell me what you want. This is the point, is that it's driven by people telling me, I would like to know about this. I've got a question about this. I want to try and understand this, and I've got those videos and those images and that thought process that I can hopefully explain that and say what my view would be. And you know, within the Transformation Anatomy, we're going to have those Q&A sessions as well, and some workshops that I'll do some live streaming as well for that. So you know, the possibilities are endless as far as this space is concerned, and I hope you'll pop over and pay a visit. So in the meantime, thanks very much if you've got to this point. Really appreciate you dropping by. See you over on those platforms. I will still be making some YouTube videos. I do like it, and you know, I'll try and make them as controversial as possible. You know, to get the comments in the bottom and in the engagement, and you know, everything's rubbish. But until then, see you around, and see you back here soon. And but I'll see you even sooner over on Touch, Move, Heal, and see you there hopefully. Bye for now.